Lil Baby rose to prominence as one of hip-hop's leading voices, delivering chart-topping hits and acclaimed albums. However, following the mixed reception of his 2022 release, It's Only Me, questions arose about a potential decline in his career. In 2024, he silenced critics with Wham, a triumphant comeback that revitalized his sound and reaffirmed his place at the top of the rap game. The album marked a new chapter in his journey, showcasing his growth and resilience as an artist. Before we get into the video, I want you to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this now. Chapter 1: Humble Beginnings. Growing up in Oakland City, Lil Baby, whose real name is Dominique Armani Jones, was born on December 3, 1994, in Oakland City, a tough neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia. His early life was filled with challenges that would shape the man he would become. When he was just 2 years old, his father left the family, leaving his mother to shoulder the burden of raising him and his two sisters alone. With limited resources, his mother worked long hours to make ends meet, but money was always tight. Their family lived in a neighborhood where crime was a daily reality and opportunities for upward mobility were scarce. Growing up in Oakland City, Lil Baby witnessed the struggles and hardships of life in the streets from an early age. The environment around him was often chaotic, and survival meant navigating a world where danger lurked around every corner. Despite these challenges, Lil Baby was naturally intelligent and quick-witted. However, the structure of school didn't appeal to him. He found it difficult to focus on academics, partly because of the distractions that came with his surroundings, and partly because the realities of his life made education seem less relevant to his immediate needs. By the time he reached high school, Lil Baby was already veering off the traditional path. He frequently skipped classes and found himself in trouble for fighting and other misbehavior. Eventually, he dropped out of school in the 9th grade, deciding that formal education wasn't the answer for him. With no clear path forward and growing financial pressures, he turned to the streets. Hustling became his way of life, a means to survive and help support his family. Through this period, Lil Baby honed the street smarts and resilience that would later inform his music. The lessons he learned about struggle, loyalty, and ambition in those years would become the foundation for his authentic storytelling. However, this life also brought with it significant risks, including brushes with the law, which would later serve as a turning point too. From the streets to prison. As Lil Baby became more involved in street life, his world grew increasingly dangerous and unstable. Growing up in a neighborhood where hustling was often seen as a necessity, he found himself deeply embedded in the criminal underworld. He turned to selling drugs as a way to make money and support himself, quickly gaining a reputation in the streets. This lifestyle came with its own set of challenges and dangers, constant threats of violence, rivalries, and the ever-present risk of getting caught by law enforcement. Despite the money and respect he earned in the streets, this path placed him on a collision course with the law. Over time, Lil Baby had several run-ins with the authorities. These arrests were wake-up calls, but at first they weren't enough to pull him out of the cycle he had become trapped in. Eventually, the weight of his choices caught up to him. He was arrested on drug charges and sentenced to 2 years in prison. For someone who had always been on the move and hustling to survive, incarceration forced him to slow down and confront the realities of his life. During his time in prison, Lil Baby had a chance to reflect on the dangers and risks of street life. He began to see that the same streets that had provided for him could also destroy him. He thought deeply about his future and realized that continuing on this path would likely lead to more prison time or worse. He started considering a different way forward, one where he could leave behind the struggles and dangers of his past. While incarcerated, Lil Baby found encouragement from influential figures in his life who believed in his potential. One of the most notable voices was rapper Young Thug, who had already established himself as a major figure in the Atlanta rap scene. Young Thug saw something in Lil Baby that others might have overlooked. Not just talent, but a raw authenticity and determination. Thug and others encouraged Lil Baby to take music seriously once he was released, suggesting it could be his ticket out of the streets. These conversations planted a seed in Lil Baby's mind. He began to consider music not just as a hobby, but as a real opportunity to turn his life around. The idea of channeling his life experiences into something creative and positive gave him hope. By the time his prison sentence ended, he had a new perspective on life. He was ready to leave behind the world of hustling and take a leap into the unknown, trusting that music could be his way out and his way up. Chapter 3: the start of a rap career. Upon his release from prison in 2016, Lil Baby was determined to leave his old life behind and find a new path forward. The years he spent hustling in the streets and his time behind bars had taught him valuable lessons, but he knew continuing down that road would only lead to more trouble. Despite his resolve to make a change, music was not initially part of his plan. At that time, he didn't consider himself an artist and had little interest in pursuing a music career. However, his friends, including influential figures like Young Thug, saw something in him that he didn't yet recognize, a natural charisma and a story worth sharing. Young Thug, along with others in Atlanta's thriving rap scene, encouraged Lil Baby to give music a try. They believed that his raw, unfiltered perspective and authentic storytelling could make a significant impact in the industry. At first, Lil Baby was hesitant. He didn't see himself as a rapper and wasn't confident in his skills. But with consistent encouragement and guidance from his circle, he decided to step into the studio and experiment. When he began recording, Lil Baby faced the challenge of finding his voice. He was unsure of his abilities, but as he spent more time in the studio, his natural talent began to shine. His life experiences gave him a unique perspective that resonated deeply in his lyrics. He wasn't just rapping for the sake of it, he was sharing real stories about struggle, survival, and perseverance. Stories that many listeners could relate to. Lil Baby's breakthrough came with the support of Quality Control Music, a major Atlanta-based label that had already worked with artists like Migos and City Girls. The team at Quality Control recognized his potential and helped him refine his sound. They provided him with the resources and mentorship he needed to develop his craft, encouraging him to stay true to his authentic style while learning how to navigate the music industry. In 2017, Lil Baby released his debut mixtape, Perfect Timing. The project was put together without much fanfare, and expectations were modest. But to everyone's surprise, the mixtape quickly gained traction. It wasn't just another Atlanta rap release. It was a raw, heartfelt collection of tracks that showcased Lil Baby's life and struggles. His ability to vividly describe his experiences while delivering them with a melodic flow set him apart from other newcomers in the scene. Perfect Timing resonated deeply with both hip-hop fans and industry insiders. Listeners were drawn to his authenticity, and they appreciated the way he balanced gritty street narratives with an accessible, melodic sound. The mixtape became a local hit in Atlanta and beyond, earning Lil Baby respect within the rap community. It also signaled the beginning of his rise in the industry, as he started to attract more attention from producers, collaborators, and fans who were eager to hear what he would do next. This initial success not only validated Lil Baby's decision to pursue music, but also fueled his drive to keep pushing forward. He realized that his story had the power to connect with people on a deep level, and he was just getting started. Perfect Timing marked the start of a remarkable journey that would eventually see Lil Baby transform from a reluctant rapper into one of the most influential voices in hip-hop. Chapter 4. Breakout Success. In 2018, Lil Baby released Harder Than Ever, his first full-length studio album. The album marked a significant leap in his career, debuting at number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart. One of the standout moments of the album was the single Yes Indeed, a collaboration with Drake. The song became a massive hit, reaching number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The success of Harder Than Ever firmly established Lil Baby as a new star in the rap world. He had successfully blended his street experiences with a fresh, melodic flow that connected with a wide audience. His career was now on an upward trajectory, and he was being recognized as one of the most promising young rappers in the industry. 5. Global stardom, My Turn, and chart dominance. Lil Baby's next album, My Turn, released in 2020, would solidify his position as one of the top names in hip-hop. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, and its success didn't stop there. It became the most streamed album of 2020 in the US, topped it with billions of streams across platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Tracks like We Paid, featuring 42 Dugg and Emotionally Scarred, became fan favorites. One of the standout songs from the album was The Bigger Picture, which spoke out against racial injustice and police brutality following the murder of George Floyd. The album also featured a range of collaborations with other stars, including Lil Uzi Vert, Gunna, and Future. Lil Baby's success during this period was undeniable. My Turn not only put him on the map, but made him a household name in hip-hop. Chapter 6. working with hip-hop's elite. Lil Baby's collaborations have played a major role in his success. He's worked with a number of hip-hop's biggest stars, from Drake and Gunna to Lil Durk and Nicki Minaj. His collaborations often lead to chart-topping hits, and the chemistry he shares with these artists is undeniable. One of the standout tracks from his collaborations was Drip Too Hard with Gunna, which was certified diamond by the RIAA, 10 million units sold. He also appeared on Drake's Wants and Needs, which became a huge hit in 2021, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. These partnerships helped Lil Baby maintain his relevance and success as one of the most in-demand features in the game. Chapter 7: Recognition and Awards. Throughout his career, Lil Baby has been recognized for his talent and influence. In 2022, he won his first Grammy Award for his feature on Kanye West's song Hurricane, which won Best Melodic Rap Performance. This recognition from the Recording Academy was a testament to his growth as an artist. Lil Baby has also been nominated for several other Grammy Awards, including nods for My Turn and The Bigger Picture. He's appeared on Forbes' 30 Under 30 list and was named Apple Music's Artist of the Year in 2020. His work continues to resonate on a global scale, with his music topping charts and dominating streaming platforms. Chapter 8: The Fall Off. Despite his massive success up until this point, Lil Baby's 2022 album, It's Only Me, received a more mixed reception. While the album still debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and featured singles like California Breeze, many fans and critics felt it lacked the spark that made his previous work so special. Some argued that Lil Baby's music began to sound repetitive, and the album didn't show the same level of innovation or emotional depth as My Turn or The Bigger Picture. The shift in his sound and the overwhelming expectations placed on him may have led to the perception of a fall-off. Although still commercially successful, It's Only Me didn't quite match the widespread praise of his earlier projects, leaving many to question whether Lil Baby was facing the challenge of evolving in a fast-moving music industry. Chapter 9: The Comeback. Lil Baby, despite facing washed allegations from critics, continued to deliver standout features on tracks that showcased his undeniable talent. Songs like Band for Band with Central C and Forever Rolling by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign were just a few examples where his verses shone, reminding fans of his lyrical prowess and versatility. These collaborations kept him relevant in the hip-hop scene and demonstrated that, even amid doubts, Lil Baby could still bring energy and skill to his music. In 2024, Lil Baby released the single Insecurities, which became an instant hit. The track went viral on TikTok, where its relatable lyrics and catchy melody resonated with millions. It racked up over 22 million streams on Spotify and an impressive 7.2 million views on its music video on YouTube. These numbers showed that Baby still had the ability to connect with audiences on a massive scale. Additionally, he maintained a staggering 30 million monthly listeners on Spotify, a testament to his enduring popularity. However, despite these successes, many fans expressed disappointment in the overall direction of his recent music. The lukewarm reception to his 2022 album, It's Only Me, had left his fanbase questioning if he could recapture the magic of his earlier projects. Lil Baby knew he had to deliver something big to silence the critics and reclaim his position at the top of the rap game. On January 3rd, 2025, Lil Baby released his highly anticipated album, Wham. The project featured a star-studded lineup, including Travis Scott, Future, Young Thug, 21 Savage, and other major names in the industry. The anticipation surrounding the album was immense, as many fans and critics were eager to see how Lil Baby would bounce back after the mixed reception of It's Only Me. Unlike his previous effort, which some felt lacked the energy and replay value of albums like Street Gossip, My Turn, and Harder Than Ever, Wham was seen as an opportunity for Lil Baby to reassert his dominance in hip-hop. When Wham dropped, fans and critics alike were pleasantly surprised. The album showcased a more refined and versatile Lil Baby, with improved lyricism and captivating flows. Tracks like Dumb Dumb and Dumber, featuring Young Thug and Future, demonstrated Baby's ability to craft dynamic and exciting collaborations, while his solo efforts highlighted his growth as an artist. Many listeners noted how Lil Baby's rapping ability had evolved even after years in the industry, proving that he was far from washed and still had plenty to offer. Wham not only silenced the doubters, but also marked a triumphant return to form for Lil Baby. It cemented his status as one of the leading voices in modern hip-hop, capable of adapting and thriving in a competitive industry.